everyone, and welcome to this week's Flash Friday Finance Update. I am delighted to be back with the lovely Bernadette Jansen from the School of Renovating. Good morning, Bernadette, and welcome.
Morning, Louise. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Yeah, good.
I love your background there. Where are you at the moment? Because I know you said you're styling somewhere today.
Oh, no, I'm actually at home. We're renovating our house at the moment. So I've got a bit of a makeshift studio set up in our bedroom, actually. So that's where I am.
Sounds like people through all of COVID having makeshift studios in their bedroom.
The great thing about this room is the natural light. So I don't need artificial light, which is an added bonus.
It is.
But yes, I am going to style a property this afternoon, which is going on the market on Tuesday. Yay.
Tell us a bit about it. What's been going on with that?
So this is a property that we bought during COVID just because it was incredibly cheap and no other reason. I found it in my travels, and we have a couple of young adult children who we've done projects with and had money in savings, and we're not getting much for it. So I said to them, how about we buy this, because it was very small, so we better if we use cash, and we will renovate it and sell it. So it's going on the market next week. Took too long, but other than that, all good. So we're very excited. It's a 28 square meter studio.
Ooh, very small. So there's some interesting lending problems with 28-meter studios because not all banks will deal with them. Often the majors, CBA and ANZ, are pretty good. And also some banks, particularly good, like Teachers Mutual with sizes. But there are a few lenders out there that are becoming more flexible. So before you rush to go buy a studio apartment, and often, actually, it's interesting, there are far more of them in Sydney, aren't there?
Well, I don't know whether they're more, but there are a lot in Sydney, certainly in around Potts Point, Darlinghurst, around the harbour. And it's interesting because obviously I was aware of the funding challenges, and we did just happen to have money in the bank. So we didn't really try to do anything different. But I've been having a look around because I would have loved to have bought this ourselves and put it in our self-managed super. I didn't think that one through too well. But of course we can't because it's not arm's length. And so I've been having a look around to see if I can find an equivalent studio. And I'm coming up against first home buyers.
Right.
Which really struck me as being odd, you know. So
why do you think odd?
Well, because of the financing challenges, I just didn't think that they would be looking at, so well represented. Like they would be, there's either downsizers or baby boomers like us or first home buyers. That's the market for the studios.
Right. Oh, yes. Well, I must say I did look at one last year. It was earlier this year in Sydney, and it went for like 100,000 higher than I was, and it was completely mold filled. Like it was.
I know that was extraordinary. I think that person might have overspent.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm definitely finding that the unrenovated prices aren't going, like they're holding pretty tight, because people worry about them. And also we've got this new, well, it's not new anymore, but these laws in Sydney when you're renovating in apartment buildings. So there's some restrictions as a result of, all the structural issues that have been going on in apartments. But anyhow, so yeah.
Well, on apartments again, we've noticed, I was talking to Ben Mitchell, one of our buyers agents in Melbourne. He was saying that a lot of the cladded buildings have now been repaired, and the vendors are emotionally spent and desperate to get those properties on to the market, because now they're still getting a good price for them, and now they're getting the Victorian Building Authority has, signed off on the building and that it's perfectly good. So, but they don't want to be in those buildings anymore. So they're not going to get the huge uplift they hope they'll get. But anyway, but they get out. And that's what I think people are counting on. It's interesting. So you might see some more properties coming up like that might be reasonably priced and a bit of a bargain.
Yeah.
Worth having a look at. Yeah,
awesome.
But anyway, post-cladded, and fixed. So that's good to know. But anyway, we want to talk about also, you've got a wonderful webinar, big conference coming up. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yes, so I have a podcast called She Renovates, and once a year we run an event for our community. So our podcast community and also our renovating community. And it's coming up in about not quite 3 weeks' time. It's called She Renovates 2023. So we alternate online with live. And so this year's an online year. And it's an amazing day. So one of the things that we do is keep the presentations short and punchy, because especially for online, you want to keep your, attention up. And so we have, in one day, we're going to have 17 speakers.
Wow.
We've got everything from holiday rental styling to finance. We've got John Lindeman from the Lindeman Reports coming to talk about the state of the market.
Right.
And so I guess there's a lot of learning in the day, but there's also a lot of fun and finding out what's going on in the industry at the moment. It's a good way of keeping up to date. And also building your brain's trust, because when you're interested in property, it's really often who you know, not what you know. And so building that community. It's not on Zoom, it's on a special platform for virtual events, which really facilitates networking. And lots of prizes, competitions and whatever. And Louise has some tickets for her special clients, which she will be sharing. Also, we have a competition running if you would like to go into the running for a free ticket. But it's a big day, and if you are into property and renovating, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I when we did it 2 years ago, I think, and I loved getting into I don't usually like doing that, but I loved getting into the rooms and meeting people. It was actually really fun. You sit on a couch and then you appear and chat. Yeah. It was actually really fun. It was amazing. Good. Well, I'll look forward to seeing you again then, Bernadette, but thank you for your quick market update, and we have lots of fun things happening for renovators. So talk to us soon if you need some help. Thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
No worries. Bye, Louise.